Welcome to Paranormal Central, broadcasting live from Central California with your hosts Jeffrey Gonzalez and Alan Thomas. Broadcasting video worldwide at ParanormalCentral.net and broadcasting audio on the Dark Matter Network at ArtBell.com. Are you ready to witness something you cannot explain?
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Paranormal Central, broadcasting live from the bottom left-hand corner of the Nevada Triangle in a city called Fresno, California. Hello everyone, my name is Jeffrey Gonzalez. I am your host for the show. I'm also the founder of a group called the Sanger Paranormal Society. Been investigating the paranormal going over 14 years, so I'm just not up here talking about it, actually living it. I have a team. And now let's see the sound came on here. That's pretty funny how that.
Now you can hear it?
Now I can hear it.
That's funny.
Like, why wasn't it doing that before? I don't get it. So, all right. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Paranormal Central. My name is Jeffrey Gonzalez. I am your host. Appreciate you guys tuning in wherever you are around the world.
Okay, this one says it sounds like a whisper for live stream.
A whisper for live stream?
Yeah.
That's odd. Check 1, 2. No, it looks good over here. I have no idea what it means by whisper.
Are you guys sure? Can you hear us in live stream?
Yeah, it should be blasting away. It's yeah, no, we're good on our end. I don't know what's going on, you guys, but let me raise the volume on live stream just a little bit. But we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on live stream as we have been for the past 8 years, actually.
Yep.
And I'm hoping
this is good.
And I'm hoping that Facebook is, if you guys can hear us okay, let me get on the old iPad here on Facebook, so that way I can make sure the volume is okay.
I just want you all to know you're awesome.
All right, we're with the awesome stuff.
I can't help it, because they are.
So, all right. So, thank you guys for showing up wherever you may be around the world. I appreciate it. We are broadcasting live HD quality video at 6 o'clock p.m. on the West Coast in California, in a city called Fresno, California, to be exact. A place where I have pretty much said that it is Paranormal Central here because we have everything that's going on. And I mean everything. It's hard to explain why the Central San Joaquin Valley is just hopping with paranormal activity. So many theories out there. I've given you mine. Alan has given you his. But, we're going to talk about that tonight. But I don't know. It's just crazy stuff happening here in the Central Valley, and that's why we keep doing what we're doing, because new cases keep popping up wherever wherever we go. People are always pulling us aside and telling us that, hey, man, this happened over here or this happened over there. So it's pretty exciting, and that's why I haven't stopped doing what I'm doing. It's just because it's nonstop. So we're going to continue doing what we're doing. All right. So I
forever.
So apparently Facebook is okay, and so I appreciate.
Live stream says it's okay.
All right. So we're going good on both ends, and it's
that sounded good.
Yeah, sorry about that. Not the way I
wanted.
We're
going good at both ends.
I did not want the way I wanted it to come out, but all right. Well, let's go ahead and get on with the show again. I've been doing the show since 2007, and if this is your first time, where in the heck have you been? We have had so many episodes.
Dude, we have come so far. We came out of a closet. basically.
Yeah, yeah.
In a little room, and Jeff had to like cut a hole in the wall to put the camera, set it back because it was too close,
in the cabinet. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's we've come a long ways. We're now in a pretty nice studio. Fans are making us stuff like the triangle up there. Fan made that for me. It's
sending us shirts and everything. You guys are awesome.
So I appreciate that big time. We're trying to get to a place in the entertainment world where everybody can eventually watch us, and especially our TV show. For those who don't know, we have a TV show on the CW only in Central California. So we're talking between Bakersfield and Merced, and it comes out every Saturday night at 12 midnight. It's at the point where we are trying to figure things out. The TV show is totally different from what we're doing here, all right? But eventually we're going to combine both together. And that's where I want to go with this whole project, is what you see here and what you see on the TV. We're going to combine it together, and it's just gonna be awesome. I can't wait. I have many ideas. So does my production crew. But we're trying to do things slowly, but surely. I think it's going to work out at the very end. So, all right. We're going to take calls tonight because I want to hear from all of you. I know it's been a while since we actually had open lines. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there who want to ask questions, who have stories. And by all means, I want you to to tell them to us. And if you don't mind telling everybody out there as well, what's going on in your life. So I'm going to give you the phone number. It is actually the same phone number I gave out last week when we did the book giveaway, and the books have not gone out yet. People, give us about another week or so, and they will get out to the two people who won them. Ron Moorhead's book is on sale right now. As a matter of fact, he just said you can now purchase it at Amazon.com, or you can go to ronmoorhead.com as well, and you can probably get it cheaper at Ron Moorhead. I'm not sure how that works.
Hey, be careful. Like when a really good book comes out, like remember the 411 book, people will buy up like 10 or 20 of them, and then they'll put them on there for like $200. Don't buy it, okay? Go to Ron Moorhead's site and buy it for the right price. Don't pay $200, okay?
Right. Yeah, because people like to make money. That's just the way it is, and they will take advantage of you guys as much as they can. And there you go. So, all right. So I'm looking at the Facebook page right now, and we got everybody. Christina, we got Jan, Cynthia, Antero Mendoca, I believe it's Batman, if I'm not mistaken. We got Tina, I got Tom, Jan, Kirk, Reeve, Richard Ortiz, Lewis, and Cheryl, and Steve, and Stacy and Lewis and Ellen and Steve and Tina Smith. All you guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate it. All right. Well, I
want to give a health update.
Oh, okay.
For me, I mean, I know you guys are all concerned and everything. So was I. Only I got the doctor said my blood pressure is perfect. I mean, it was right on the money perfect. And the blood flow is perfect, and I'm on the mend, and I'm getting there. Really, I feel really great. And it was like pretty scary there for a little while. When your heart messes up, it's scary, all right? But only don't worry, I'm on the mend. They give me 100% clearance. I can go hiking, Bigfooting, alien hunting, anything I want now. Cool. So don't worry. And thank you for all the prayers, because I know that really is what did it.
Right on. Awesome. So, okay. So, yeah, a.k.a. Batman, Mr. Antero. So, let's go ahead, give you some updates. For those who watch my Facebook wall, I posted last week that we had a meeting with the Grizzlies. Woohoo. And that is a AAA for the Houston Astros, I believe. They used to be for the San Francisco Giants, the minor league baseball club. But now it's the Houston Astros, and that is what's here in Fresno. It's at the Chachansey baseball field. The Grizzlies are called the Grizzlies. This past Thursday, I had a meeting with Jolene, my publicist, and we sat down and talked to their marketing guy. And it looks good, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now what we're going to be doing, so that way you guys can already get ready to set up your family if you want to go. We have been invited to participate in this year's Halfway to Halloween at the Grizzly Stadium, and I believe it's this May 17th and May 18th. It's going to be 2 nights. What we're going to do is it's halfway to Halloween, so in other words, it's going to be spooky central at the ballpark. It's Halloween in May, all right? Cool. So they will be, the festivities is all about spooky Halloween, dressing up in your costumes. So what's going to happen is they're giving us a location out in left field area where, not in the ballpark. I mean, not inside the the field per se, but on top where you walk around.
What do they call that? There's a name for it.
In the.
What's the name of? It's like the promenade.
The promenade deck. Yeah,
something like
around
that,
there.
huh?
There's like a red barn out there, and that red barn all around it's going to be ours. So we're going to set up booths. We're going to be there signing autographs. So it's going to be Ellen, myself, and for sure Hillary, the host of my TV show, and maybe Charles, I'm not sure. But we're also going to have the TV show filming B-roll, so we can input it into one of the episodes. Now I'm going to get into that in a little bit. So what we're going to be doing is, or what they're going to do for us, is they're going to section off a large section in the left field area where the booth is going to be. And it's going to be a Paranormal Central section. So if you guys want to go and to go buy tickets, you ask to be seated in the Paranormal Central section of the ballpark. And that way, all of you guys could sit at the same location, and we'll come down and sit with you guys and party with you guys. You guys in that section will all be on TV because we're going to film for that, for the episode. All right? So, I again, right now they haven't distinguished where yet, so don't go buy tickets as of yet until I give you guys the okay. The concourse, yeah, on the concourse, I guess that would be the appropriate meaning. Thank you,
concourse,
Christina.
That's it,
yeah?
Concourse.
Right. So they're going to be giving us a section, a Paranormal Central section of probably, I don't know, 300, 400, I don't know how many, I don't know how many fans we got, but first come, first serve, and our production crew with their cameras will get all the people in that section and get them on TV, so you guys could be on TV. All right, that's going to be cool, and that's not even half of it yet. So again, we're going to be there signing autographs, talking with people. The whole idea is to mingle with our fans and to mingle with the people who don't know who we are, who eventually will find out who we are. The whole idea is to get more stories. We still have 16 episodes to shoot for TV. We need some great stories. So we are asking you guys to show up, and if you have some cool video or some cool pictures you want to show us that you're going to be able to show to me personally, or show it to Ellen personally, and go, dude, look what I got on this phone. And if I go, what? My producer's going to be there. I'm going to grab him. I'm going to go, look. And he's probably going to go, what? You're in. And, making sure that this is not no phony baloney stuff. You know what I'm saying? And if it's the real deal, then we'll do a episode on it, reanimation, the whole 9 yards. Okay. I'm sorry, reenactment, not reanimation, reenactment. So that's the whole idea. And we're going to promote it that way, as to come talk to the guys at Paranormal Central and tell them your stories. That's what we want. We want to hear about what's going on with you guys. All right. So that, I believe, and you probably can go right now to the Grizzlies schedule and type in the Grizzly Stadium schedule, the baseball, the Chancey Park Grizzly, and pull up their schedule just to verify the dates. I believe it's May 17th and May 18th. Again, don't quote me, but they will have it already on there halfway to Halloween. Those are going to be the 2 dates. Don't buy tickets yet until we have the okay to tell you, okay, Paranormal Central tickets are now available in a certain section. You guys can go and purchase them. All right? So, again, don't buy tickets yet, but I'm just letting you know what's going to happen that on those 2 days. Now, when we were there, we talked with the marketing guy, and he loved the idea. So we're going to do that. And then I asked him if they had anything going on at the stadium, like any ghost stories, any hauntings, and he said, no, not really. And it so happened that Parker was there. For those who don't know who Parker is, go to the Grizzlies, their mascot. It's a giant grizzly bear, yellow, okay? He actually pulled me aside, and he said, dude, and he said, I actually saw some stuff going on down in one of the tunnels where he exits to go up into the field. I said, what? And I said, yeah, because I haven't really told anybody about it. And I said, okay. So I told the marketing guy, is it cool for us to go on an investigation with Parker? And he says, yeah, that would be a great idea. He goes, but, I haven't heard or seen anything, but you're more than welcome to go and look for ghosts with Parker. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to make part of the episode is obviously there of us at the ballpark, signing autographs, talking to people. But the other half or 3/4 of it is going to be with us and Parker investigating the stadium and looking for ghosts. So Parker is going to be with us.
That will be fun.
So, yeah, that is going to be awesome. So Parker and Paranormal Central are going to go investigate the stadium and the eerie tunnels underneath the stadium where the ball, the team runs out. They actually have batting cages down there. They have storage rooms, storage facilities. Parker is going to take us where he said he saw these things, and we're going to go from there. So that is going to be fun. That's going to be part 1 of the episodes. I can't wait for that. So the whole Grizzly Stadium, Chichanti Park, it's going to be awesome. So yes, Parker is going to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dress Parker up. I'm going to give Parker the EMF detector. I'm going to give Parker the parabolic microphone, and I'm going to give him the night vision camera. And I'm going to set up cameras and stuff down the hallways and everything, but I'll probably send him to go by himself with maybe Hillary, and Alan and myself will probably be back at the monitors, monitoring everything, because I just want to see Parker get this, what scared out of him. It's going to be funny, you guys. For those who don't know Parker, then you guys go and search YouTube Parker, the Grizzly mascot, and you'll see this guy's a funny guy. Funny mascot. We're going to have fun. It's all about fun. But we're going to be looking for ghosts at the Grizzly Stadium and see if there's any such thing. And supposedly he told me there is, so we're going to go find out. I can't wait. It's going to be exciting. And from all the people that are right now on Facebook, they're saying, yeah, great idea. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun idea. A fun time. So for all those who want to come with us, excuse me, on the 17th and 18th, I believe those are 2 dates. Don't buy your tickets yet until they have the section marked off for the Paranormal Central fans, because I am going to come down and sit with you guys. I'm going to shake all your hands, high five you guys. You guys want to take selfies with us? You guys can take pictures with us. You can. And the camera is going to pan up and it's going to grab all the people in the Paranormal Central sections, and you guys are going to be screaming your asses off, and I can say that. And they're going to be on video, on TV, and it's going to be a fun time. Okay? So I hope you guys can attend. I know there's a lot of people all around the world, and on the East Coast probably going, I want to be there so bad. I know.
Everybody in Canada and all around.
Well, I know that there's people on the East Coast like Ed and East Coast Ed. He misses out. But all the people are on the West Coast, on the East Coast. They miss out, obviously.
If you go on the TV, yeah, you have to sign a release.
Well, I don't know about this. Since you're going to be out in the open, I don't, because that's just too many people.
No, I mean on the if their story.
Oh
is
yeah,
good
yeah,
and
yeah,
they,
yeah,
and
yeah.
they get chosen to be on the show.
Most definitely.
You have to sign a release.
Yeah, well, if for example, if because you know we get a lot of people who want to tell their stories, but they don't want to be on camera, and that stinks because that's the best part of people actually looking at the person on the monitor on TV, or you know, telling the story. That's what it's all about. But if you don't want to be on TV, then we want your audio. In other words, we'll record your audio, you telling the story, and while on TV, you're going to be hearing your voice, but they're going to do the reenactment as your voice is describing what happened, and we'll do it that way. But if it's okay for you to be on TV to tell the story, so in other words, I'll interview you, or Hillary will interview you for the TV show, then yes, you have to sign a release form, type of deal. Okay?
Yeah, and that's with anything you do, really.
Right. Yeah. So there you go. Okay, so I can't wait for the 17th and 18th. I believe that's what
we have one that they want to be in the shadows and their voice change, so it goes like, over there.
I believe, in the shadows. Well, yeah, that would be kind of crazy, but we could probably make that happen. If you want to do that, we can definitely make that happen. We've got the technology to do that if you want. If your story is way out there, and you're afraid that the men in black are going to come and get you and kill you, and if you want to do it that way, then so be it. If your story is that crazy, for you to only suggest that, I don't know, but there you go. So okay, let's go ahead and continue. Let me take a drink here real quick. Stand by.
Yeah, man, Suedo Nam, they came out with this camera, and it's I don't think it's infrared, but only it's for night. And he sent me a link in my Facebook, and I went on the website and everything, and like maybe I should share it on the Paranormal Central Facebook page. I mean, it's real expensive right now, but it looks like daytime. You know what I mean? Like you can see colors in the pitch black. You can see the stars, and I mean, you can see all the colors. It's amazing. I mean, when that comes out, and it gets to a price where we can afford it, it'll be the greatest squatching or investigating camera they're ever made so far.
Yeah, Dom, our camera guy right now, is on Facebook, and he's going, "Dude, what's in the cup? What do you think is in the cup?"
Some things we don't tell.
Yeah.
What comes in the studio stays in the studio. No?
and it goes in my stomach. So actually, never mind. I'm not gonna say. But yeah. Sometimes I you know what? Nah, never mind. Because people think I'm gonna alcoholic, and I'm far even close to being an alcoholic, dude. I hardly ever drink. But anyways. But there you go. All right. So let's see who else just said hello. Chief Regina Santana, Chef. Sorry, Chef Regina
Hi, Chef.
Santana. Amber Lopez.
Hi, Dave.
Dom Beetle, Bigfoot Juice. It could be Bigfoot Juice.
Liberator Force.
But,
on here they have names: Purple Rose, Suedo Nam, Marilyn Wild.
Yeah, Diangles, Pepsi, whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Well, a little while ago, actually about 3 hours ago, I saw Elizabeth Martinez posted something and shared something from John Rhodes, the lizard guy.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And I said, you know what, darn it, I got to send him, because John is pretty cool. He sends me stuff that, if it pertains to the Central Valley, he'll send me stuff. Like, for example, for those who don't know who John Rhodes is, go and Google his name. He's been out there for a long time. He is, I'm not going to call him the lizard guy, but reptilian. He is very much, his thing is lizard people. Lizard man, reptilians. This is what this guy is all about. And he's been doing this for a long time. We're talking probably since the 80s or even 70s, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, didn't we talked to him?
We actually had him on the show.
Yeah.
We had him on the show. John Rhodes. Go look him up. He has a website, I think johnrhodes.com or Reptile. I'm not sure exactly what the website is. But Google him and go to his website. And I'm a friend of his on Facebook, and I, look at his wall every once in a while, actually a lot. And what I found interesting is last year he sent me over this newspaper clipping through Facebook Messenger, and he said, dude, look. And it was a newspaper clipping that he went via internet or through the Fresno Bee, and he brought up a thing about underground bases and locations, and the Fresno Bee actually was talking about back Jeff looking younger. What the hell? What are you guys talking about? Yeah, smoking
The
crack here.
lighting.
So anyway, yeah, the lighting. Yeah. So John sent me over this thing on. Now, what stinks, you guys, is I'm working on it. As a matter of fact, I forgot to tell Ellen that I had my buddy Ryan Murray come over on Thursday of last week.
He's a camera guy, right?
Camera guy.
Yeah.
He got laid off from Univision.
What?
Because they laid off a bunch of people, and he was one of them.
No way. He's been there forever.
He's been there he's been a camera guy in the Channel 26, the Fox, and different locations, and they laid him off.
Oh, no.
So they gave him the pink slip. And when I was talking to him on the phone, he says it was a godsend. I'm going, what are you talking about? Because he just had a baby, or his wife just had a baby. So I think they have two
Is he
now.
going to start doing his own thing?
Well, he's going to do a podcast, but his wife is working. She has a good job. So he's going to stay home. Yeah, I guess they had put money. They gave him a severance package from when I'm mistaken.
Okay, cool.
So that helps him right there in itself. Okay. So this guy is a camera guy for Univision, but he's a white dude. Go figure.
And he's good, though.
Yo, this guy knows
good.
his SHIT stuff. All
he
right.
does.
So I called him over. He came over on Thursday, and we had a meeting. And it so happens that our switcher, for camera switcher, he knows how to work that. They have that in the camera, and they have that in the van. Okay. So he says, I can do that with my eyes closed. I'm going, okay.
Yeah.
So,
one day, really, like a few weekends, we played with that thing and play.
yeah.
Man.
Well, he says you won't use 3/4 of the
Right,
stuff in that
yeah.
thing. It's just camera to camera to camera to camera. We fade in, fade out, whatever.
Right.
If we decide to do the TV show thing, then that's going to be the case. But so he has some things that he's working on the side right now.
And we probably should.
And he is on he got like 3 weeks left, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically clean this place out, and we're going to utilize a switcher, and we're going to basically now we're going to start giving you guys a real show.
I wonder, can we do that? Did he say that we could do this with the live Facebook thing?
Well, that's what I threw at him. There's a thing that we can purchase that the output of the switcher, we're going to double it out and go into the Black Magic module and into the other thing that I have to purchase. So we're going to get both. So Facebook and live stream are going to get camera angles and all that together.
Oh man.
Okay. So he's going to be doing that for me on Sundays, and and obviously I'm going to pay him to do it because it's going to be a job, per hour. It's only 2 hours every Sunday night,
Right.
anyway. But I'm going to get a couple other people in here, where in case he can't do it anymore, then we'll have to just move it over to somebody else. But again, it's just buttons. You know what I'm saying?
They just have to be like taught how to do it.
Yeah, and it's really simple. He said, "Oh my God, I think what you have there, Jeff, it's so simple, it's not even funny." But so what we're gonna do, guys, is I'm going to. It's gonna. I'm gonna do this the right way, like it should have done at the very beginning, which I'm gonna walk in this opening of a secret door. I'm going to walk in. I'm going to give you my monologue. I'm going to sit down on the desk. I'm going to have Alan, maybe, I don't know sure where Alan's going to be.
Standing on my head. And
Either he's
doing
going to
all
be here or he's going to be back there surrounded by a bunch of monitors, but we're still going to be communicating with each other because what he's going to be doing is he's going to be monitoring the internet for up and coming, special bulletin news on UFOs, whatever. But, so we're going to do this like a TV show, and that's what we're going to do. Because now I have all the equipment to do it, and I just needed somebody to operate the switcher, and now I have somebody. Like I said, I felt really bad that he got laid off, but maybe it was meant to be.
Probably.
You know what I'm saying? Because he said it was God sent, because the hours that he was working was just it was just off the wall. It was just he's been wanting to quit, but it's like now, since they laid him off, the severance package plus unemployment.
Unemployment, yeah.
Right.
And he'll get the max.
Okay.
You
So
know, I know that's not a lot, but it's better than nothing.
Right. So it was like he wanted to quit, but if he quit, then he wouldn't be able to get the severance package or the unemployment. So now he got both. So in a way, he said, don't worry. It's like, it's fine. It's cool. And I'm saying, okay. But so we had a meeting a couple days ago, and he says, okay, give me about 3 weeks. That's going to be enough time for me to pretty much clean this place out, work on the program that I want for the live switching of live stream. Facebook is going to be, hopefully Facebook will be easy. It's just taking the output of the switcher.
Did he look at the cameras too and say?
Yeah,
he said all of it.
Well,
works,
no,
huh?
I've already tried them. The camera.
Yeah, I know we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the camera's working the switcher. So long as the camera's working the switcher, then that's all we need.
Right.
You know, and then I took the output of the switcher into the Black Magic module, and that worked fine. So it's gonna work. Just a matter of getting. We just needed somebody to do it.
And that thing didn't sell, so we still have that too.
Oh, that's not gonna work. The Black Magic thing, though, that right over there.
Oh, okay.
That's what's gonna work. So anyways,
nice.
All right, so we're going to give you, hopefully within about a month and a half, a real show on the internet. So there you go. That was my whole intention from the very beginning, but time was an essence for me because of the TV show. But now there's not much, they're not requiring me as much to film for the TV show. There's intros and outros. Major interviewing maybe when we get big stars, but otherwise, we're going to be able to pull this off for you guys. So there you go. So anyways, back to John Rhodes. He sent me, and this is what I was getting at, is that no, John Milano, daughters don't suck. I like the daughters, for just giving you anyways. Right now, if I wanted to show you guys the photographs, I can only do it on live stream. For those who are watching us on Facebook, you won't be able to see them, unfortunately. So when it's time to do the switcher, I'm going to run all the pictures off the laptop, and it's going to be an input into the switcher, and then you will be able to see it that way. But otherwise, right now on Facebook, if I show you guys some photographs, unfortunately, you won't be able to see them on Facebook, but on live stream, you will. So what I'm going to do right now is I am going to post up something from what John Rhodes sent me a while back. You guys, if you guys have been watching this show since the very beginning, you guys have heard me say, I think there's something more going on here in Fresno. And I'm talking underground, below Fresno. We're talking secret underground bases. Even north of Fresno, I believe there's a couple up there. I believe there's something going on underneath the airport. And all of our investigations, all of the little tiny excerpts of people pulling me aside that, hey, I saw this underground. I'm just telling you this. Do not ever bring my name up. I said, okay. So little things like that is telling me, yes, there's something going on underneath Fresno. So John Rhodes last year sent me this out of the blue, and I don't know. And again, he has his ways of going to different. I think it's just the Freedom of Information Act, or he goes to the locations where you can pull stuff up in the library or on the internet by subscription to the archives, and this is what he found for the Fresno Bee.
See, and I know right where that is.
What?
That round garage thing?
No.
That goes under the ground?
No, this is underneath the airport.
What?
Okay, this is not what you think. See, those are airplanes.
Oh, it is.
Okay, so
I just saw an old bomber land at the airport right now.
Oh, really? They're giving free rides.
Oh, are they?
Not free rides. Excuse me.
You have to pay.
You have to pay. Yeah.
Man, it was cool looking.
But anyways, here's the, as I've been telling you about what I think we have underneath Fresno, and I'm going to give you some more hints and some more what I think it's is underneath. Anyways, here is something that the Fresno Bee placed on their newspaper Sunday morning, February the 10th, 1935. Okay, this was the date, 1935. They were already thinking about placing military airplanes underneath the airport for safekeeping during the war. How can you protect your airplanes? Let's hide them. Hide them where? In a mountain, in a shed, in a big hangar? No, let's put them underground. And here you go in the Fresno Bee stating that. So, where would they get the idea for this? Well, I'm pretty sure that
lizards.
Somebody told them about it, or they did it already, and it's there. Now,
that 1935, that's probably the same year that plane was that I just saw land.
So let's go back to what I've heard from people. Danny Valderrama told me that a friend of his, and you said too, that they can actually drive underneath the airport, and there's a large road that'll take you from the east to the west.
Right, all the way across.
All the way across underground.
I mean, I'm talking about East Coast, West Coast.
Oh.
I mean, it ties into all that. Tunnels everywhere.
Right. Matter of fact, you were telling the story, and I heard about the story where the military, or the Navy found corridors underneath America, right, via entering the Pacific coast, and it takes you inland, underground, the ocean, and you can the submarines can take these corridors and take them somewhere in the middle of America.
They actually lost a submarine.
I heard about that.
They don't know where it is, never seen it again.
Right. And they say that this corridor or corridors, more than just one tunnel, goes to Area 51 and other locations. Because you want to know, like, why pick a location out in the middle of the desert? Well, sure, you can do top secret, experiments, but what if that our submarines in the Pacific coast and found a corridor and tunnel, and they decided to take it, and all of a sudden they come up to this location where they can actually get out, like caverns, large caverns, right? And it takes them up, and they go to the top of the earth, in the ground, and they come up to this location out in the desert, and they say, hey, why don't we build an underground facility here? And let's call it, Area 51, right? That's how these things get made, by accident sometimes.
I bet maybe even the Denver airport's like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's why they put it there.
There's got to be a reason why they put it there. So take that all into consideration, what people have been telling us about our airport. And I'm also going to rehash this. I was listening to KMJ radio here at 580 in Fresno. One of the DJs was talking to the manager at the airport, and they were talking about the solar arrays that they have on the east side of the Fresno airport. And they were talking about that, and they said, yeah, the manager or the person in charge of the Fresno airport was saying, yes, we were the only airport in the United States to have that for backup power and to supply power to the airport. And I thought to myself, why would they want to do that? Why not? Wouldn't you think it would be better to do it for the LA airport or San Francisco or New York? But why Fresno? So maybe they're using the power to utilize underground. What if there's something major going on underground here in Fresno that, in case of a EMP or a massive earthquake or nuclear attack, they need whatever's underneath Fresno to be powered? Then those arrays will keep them going. So So Chris, I forgot his last name, the DJ at the KMJ, who does the 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock, said, so you guys are the only ones. But then the manager goes, well, not exactly. We just got beat out by another airport. And Chris goes, who's that? Denver International Airport. And I went, holy crap. And I was driving when I heard this. And I had to swerve a little bit. I'm going, did I just hear what the manager of the Fresno International Airport said? They were the only ones. And then all of a sudden, now they're second to the Denver airport. And you guys all know what's going on at the Denver airport, or what you guys have heard going on top and below. So now we have 2 airports in the United States that have backup solar arrays that can, pretty much energize the airports in case something happens. All right, so keep that in the back of your mind when I just showed you a newspaper clipping of the Fresno Bee in 1935 saying something about underground at the Fresno airport. So let's continue on with, so I decided to go back and to John Rhodes' Facebook wall and started to go back a couple of years. Because whenever he finds something interesting, he places it on his Facebook wall. And I was catching a lot of old newspaper clippings that he was taking snapshots and he was placing them on his wall.
Okay, I need to hold that thought.
Okay.
I'm pretty easy in the chat, on the chat stuff, but I won't go for like cussing and calling names and stuff like that. So whoever you are, Dave, Dick, whatever you call yourself, you could keep doing that. I could keep banning you all day. If you're having a good time, fine, but only if you keep it clean, I'll let you stay. All right, you go on.
So somebody messing around, huh?
Oh my God.
Troll alert. Okay, so I went back to John's page and I took snapshots of all the stuff that he's been placing. And I'm going to show you a lot of the stuff that he has right now. Let's go to the screen. So let's go with the first one. Let's go here. And these are all actual newspaper clippings. Before, in the before 1940s, the media, the reporting, the reporters, they were doing their jobs back then and reporting actual news because that's what their job was. Nowadays, the media will not post. All of the media, the networks, are owned by the same people. So they can't pretty much tell you what's really going on. They can't. They are told what to report on and what to say. But back in the days when there were no news agencies on TV, all you had was media newspapers.
Man, I've been researching the you-know-what out of this the last 3 weeks.
So,
a giant.
I just placed up a newspaper clipping from December the 1st, 1930. Cumberland Evening Times. Laborers unearthed skeletons of an unknown race of giants in Arizona. This was in an actual newspaper. All right? And there it is right there. So let's go to another one.
You want to hear something really cool about Arizona and giants?
With that, well, especially the Grand Canyon. That's where they're finding a lot of stuff.
The Pueblo Indians, they possibly built their you know how they built them really high up under those shelves, rock shelves, kind of like in there.
Right.
That was to escape the giants because the giants were eating them. And some of the stuff that their rituals, like that they have, is they learned from the giants. The giants like would make them do that. You know what I mean? Like make them worship them by killing babies and stuff like that. Plus, they had a portal around there, and in the Grand Canyon, and in a bunch of other places. Almost everywhere that you find a pyramid or mounds, giant mounds, they call them, there's a portal, and the Pueblo Indians have been for millennia, a long time, thousands of years, 1,000 years at least, you know, they have been opening these portals on a regular basis, and they do it all the time. And now they have actually, because they believe we're in a certain time, you know, that a lot of people are saying that they feel like we're in this time, they are actually starting to talk about it now, these portals.
Who is talking about it?
The Pueblo Indians. And it isn't just the Pueblo Indians, it's all the Native American tribes, like the medicine men. They get together certain times of the year and they open up these portals, and they're opened up by, and this is what's kind of weird to me, okay? This is a connection that I made. Sasquatch or Bigfoot have been known to be going in and out of portals, okay, for a long time. And the Pueblo Indians say it's a frequency thing is how they open it. Okay, and then now when you look at Native American totem poles and artwork of the Sasquatch, they always have him with his lips like.
Okay, because I always thought he was whistling, right?
Exactly, but what is a whistle?
A way of communication.
Or it is a frequency thing where they can open a portal. I mean, this is only my thought, okay? But I mean, I've been researching this about the giants and all that, and I think there's a connection.
Okay.
I actually think. And everybody should be watching for Dr. Johnson's big reveal, because it has something to do with that too.
Yeah.
I know, but only, I mean, it's still portals, and Bigfoots are giants, and I don't know. It might be hogwash, but I think there's some truth in there somewhere. You know what I mean? I think he's being, I actually believe he's, believes in what he's doing. The only thing is, everybody, this is the thing. When you hear these things, don't just believe it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he said this or he said that, and don't even believe us, okay? Go out and do your own research and come to your own conclusion. And I mean really dig. Don't just like say, oh, I watched this show on TV and it said this, and then you just swallow it whole, you know, hook, line, and sinker. Or we say something and we might not know all the facts either, and then they go, oh, they figured it out. No, go figure it out, because the stuff is out there, but only I think it's all connected. Okay. Yeah, especially on the giant thing.
Okay. So, you know, John has been bringing to the forefront these newspaper clippings, and he's been showing them to everybody what he's been finding. And it's not like, you know, these are actual newspaper clippings. So what I'm going to do, instead of I'm going to leave our mugs on here, I'm just going to read them to you. Like, for example, this one here is, people made war with Indians before white man arrived. It seems so. The 1893 newspaper article describes the red-haired little people, or worshippers of the sun. And this one is dwarf Americans. And this is in Tennessee. Okay.
Somebody just typed in here, I can't remember the name already, but only they said that it's rumored around there in a city in Tennessee, under an airport is another base.
Okay. And here is another newspaper clippings where it says it's from the Malvern Leader newspaper, July 16th, 1891. Two miners who have just returned from the Grand Canyon, Arizona, report of a marvelous discovery. In the basin of the canyon, which was once a sand bed and thousands of years ago a broad level plain, they came upon the perfect imprint of a human foot. For the toes, the heel, and every portion was plainly outlined. The imprint being apparently made when the sand of which the rock is composed was in a plastic state. It measured 26 inches in length. All right, and we're talking a print like what Ron Moorhead had His was
that was huge.
that was like 26 inches.
Yeah,
according
it
to
was.
Ron. Okay.
That was the biggest Bigfoot cast I
well,
ever saw.
I told him to bring it because he's coming down obviously
Right,
Monday.
yeah.
I told him to bring it so we can show it for TV.
Man.
So it measured 26 inches in length and nearly 12 in width. And for those who watched last week's Ron Moorhead episode, I had him show the footprint that he cast himself, that he found up in the Sierras. All right. And it was huge.
I have a picture of it on where he's
crazy.
showing it on my Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it is.
On the Crest Theater, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, it is big.
So
And-
here,
and you know what? You know what I heard
What?
from some other people that know Ron and been in his office. There's a bigger one.
holy mackerel. So while they were puzzling over the curiosity, one of the mule drivers found several others all the same size as the first. They were distinctly and evenly 18 feet apart. So that was the stride.
That's like what I found then.
18. Okay, stop. 26-inch footprints
Yeah.
with 18 feet stride. So in other words, the footprint is here. You measure 18 feet that way. You have another footprint over there. And another 18 feet, you find another footprint.
That's what I saw. The Bigfoot I saw when he ran away, it was at least 12 to 15 feet between the prints when it was running.
Right.
And I mean, it blew me away. I mean,
And-
I was looking for another print, and but there had to be another track in the middle or two, right?
Right. That's not
No,
the case.
I followed it for like 200 yards until it went up, where it turned and then went up the hill.
Right.
They were at least 15 feet.
Okay. This is in a newspaper. What I am reading to you right now is in a newspaper. Let me just go ahead and put that on the screen so you guys can see it on live stream. There it is. John Rhodes got this from the archives at the Melbourne Leader newspaper. So we're talking probably Arizona.
Yeah.
All right. There it is.
1891.
Yeah. Back then, nothing was off limits. If they found a story that said, "Oh my God, we got to show this to the people," they put it on there because there's nobody's going to stop them. All right. There's not like it's not like
Actually, it was around that time, late 1800s, early 1900s, when the government started taking the bones.
and hiding them, taking them and putting them away.
Yeah, and the estimate is like in the thousands that were found only just in the United States.
Okay. Check out this story. I want to read you this story here. John Rhodes did an investigation in New Mexico. New Mexico, an entire elementary. Let me go ahead and put this on so you can see it. An entire elementary school PE class and teacher witnessed a 3-foot-tall creature appearing like a wrinkled old man with almond eyes, a
Like an
quill-like
alien.
beard, and no shoes, burst through the doors of their gym class, gasping for air and making a loud shrieking sound. As soon as it saw the children, it turned and began to run from corner to corner of the gym, apparently confused and in fear. Upon seeing this, some of the children began screaming, and the teacher, stunned by what was happening, quickly led everyone out the gym and shut the doors. Now, let me continue on with this.
You mean they kind of caught it?
No. They were freaking out. So here it continues.
Yeah, I mean, they had it inside a room.
Right, and gathered and decided to give whatever ran inside an opportunity to escape. So they allowed a door to I guess they opened the door, and it says here, the doors were left open unattended, so no one saw it leave if it actually did. Now, there is a new elementary school and gym, but the old one where this happened is not used much, as the locals believe it is taboo or bad luck to go there. John Rhodes confirmed this event as authentic with local
Jicarilla
Apache residents on 4/4/14.
So when did it happen originally?
That I don't know. I mean, you can go back to John's page and do some investigation.
I
with
will.
it, but this is all I found on that. But he was there on the 14th. So we're talking just 3 years ago when he investigated this. Is that freaking cool?
Man, there
what?
is so much stuff.
All right.
On this in Native American lore or First Nation people.
Right. I'm pretty sure they have so many good stories. So many stories.
Was it last week we were talking about it, and I talked about, I think it was on last week where I was talking about that one Cherokee legend of the Tzulkalu, a giant, and a giant hunter, hairy man, and he took a maiden as a wife, but he wouldn't let nobody see him, and he got her pregnant, and then the girl aborted, okay, and the mom took the blood and put it in the river. So then when the Bigfoot came, or Tzulkalu, or whatever his name is, Tzulkalu, he said, "Where's our child?" And she said, "There was no child, there was only blood." And he said, "Where's the blood?" And she said the mom took it out and threw it in the river. And he got mad, and he went over there and he found a worm, okay? And as he was coming back to her hut or whatever they had back then, it turned into a baby, grew into a baby. And then in hours, it was a toddler. I mean, it grew like exponentially fast, okay? And I told that story, and then Christina from
Thule,
she messaged me and says, "Oh my God, their story is the same thing, only one of their grandmothers or elders found blood in a river, and it was the same thing. It's the same legend, right, or the same kind of story, and it's like a long ways away from each other, but only it's the same." And so then that made me go look into all this, and they're related to giants too. That's what's kind of weird. The red-haired, double-row teeth, 6 toes, 6 fingers, all that stuff. It is all related somehow. But she said, and then I found out she's correct. In Canada, some of the Inuits higher up from Canada, they all have this same kind of legend or myth or whatever. And I think it's true because, I don't think it's a complete myth, only because so many of them wrote about, like, along the same kind of lines, the same story.
Tina Smith said on Facebook, "My great-grandparents warned of the red-headed, green-eyed giant that grabbed children and ate them." And this was in Kansas. So, all right. So
Ohio has the mounds, I think. The snake mounds or giant mounds.
So let's just put up a couple more. Actually, I have several. I just want to tell you these stories because you're not going to get these stories from anyone else, only because the credit goes to John Rhodes for pulling these up. Here is one.
That's neat, I think. And that one's 1940, right?
Okay, here's a 1940 newspaper clipping of...
camouflaged air dome.
It says New York hangar. You know what? I don't remember where this is at. Oh, Baltimore Sun newspaper. Peaceful landscape above ground, but what is underneath, you would never know. And there you go. This is 1940. All right. Let's go to another one here real quick. How about
Happy Birthday, Merlin Wild?
So how about this one? The Democrat and Chronicle of New York, June 23, 1887. A number of Aztec mummies were recently discovered in a cave on the banks of the Gila River in Arizona. They're finding a lot of stuff in Arizona.
Yeah.
In New Mexico.
That's where all what they call it, petroglyphs?
Right. And
all over the place.
I heard that they found a lot of caves in the Grand Canyon.
And some of them have
with
supposedly
Egyptian artifacts and scrolls and all that here at the Grand Canyon. And what they did is they sealed them off with like iron jail, just completely covered them up so you couldn't enter them. But a lot of these caves, they're not at the bottom.
Yeah,
they're higher on top, like in the middle. So there's really no way for you to see them or to get up to them.
Yeah, how they have to rappel down or something.
Exactly. So maybe way back then they had a way of getting to them. That's their homes, or like you said, maybe the reason why they built them way up there was to get rid to stay away from the giants, to hide away from the giants because they were so tall. But here's one again from.
Can't get them yet, Gib. You like it?
So the
we'll
number
be
of
having them pretty soon.
So the Aztec mummies were recently discovered. Blah blah blah. It had been walled up and cemented. Well, there you go. 2 mummies are wrapped in cloth and well preserved. They were taken to San Francisco. Their age and identity are matters of conjecture, but it is believed they are the remains of ancient people, partly civilized, who inhabited Mexico and Central America. The ruins of Fresno.
Okay, now, I've dug into that stuff.
Uh-huh.
Supposedly, the giants, these people were like totally afraid of them, right? So they like escaped them by going north from Mexico, the Aztecs.
Uh-huh.
And they went. That's actually why there's giant mounds in Ohio, and they call it Atalan or Atalan or something like that. That's their what they say about it over there.
Right.
And they killed these giants every chance they got too.
Well, I heard that whenever stuff like this is located and found, this is how do you say it?
The Smithsonian
This-
gets
yeah.
rid of it.
And they actually have a large facility in back of the museum where they store all this stuff. You know what brings to memory is the first national treasure, the Knights
Of Malta.
all the treasure and all the scrolls and everything like that. I believe all that is real, man. All right, let's continue on. Let me show you another.
I love this stuff.
Another. How about here? Crypto Hunter
the
John
snake
Rhodes.
mounds. That's what I'm talking about in Ohio.
Slab, Reptoid.com. Well, the reason why John is much into underground facilities, because he says they're run by the Reptilians.
Right.
That's who runs all of the stuff underground, is the Reptilians. I don't know if we're actually working with the Reptilians. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's good ones and bad ones. But he seems to think that they run the underground.
Yeah.
And that's why he is such into the underground facilities and all that.
Like the Dulce base.
The Dulce, New Mexico. Matter of fact, here is, I'm going to say if I can find one.
Now, I heard that like the first top maybe 4 levels are humans, and then there's 2 levels that are mixed human and lizard, and then or alien or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And then the farthest levels are all lizard or alien, whatever.
Who was the one? Anyways, okay. So here's another one. You know what? I think this is the 2 miners who have just returned from the Grand Canyon. This is a repeat. This is a repeat. Now, these are all newspaper clippings. All right. I don't remember where these came from, but I'm going to show you this. This was from the Los Angeles Herald.
You see,
Okay.
the giants that they're finding, like the bones, like if you look into it and stuff, some of them are 30 feet tall. Not 6'5", not 6'8", not 6'9". We're talking about real huge giants with 2 rows of teeth and 6 fingers and 6 toes, and they have an appetite for human.
Yeah, cannibalism. They're cannibals, guys. All right, check this out. Here's another one I just put up. Let me make sure it's on the screen so you guys can see it. There it is.
Yeah, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Like remember when they find the Ark, and then you see at the very last part of the movie, they're pushing it down a hall or into a warehouse.
Right.
And then the camera pans out, and the warehouse is freaking like 2 miles long,
Yeah.
That, I think they really have that.
Oh, absolutely.
And underground somewhere.
And that's where they're hiding all of the cool stuff that they don't
bones.
want us to know about, because it will change your life forever when you finally realize what we have been told in school and in stories. It's all a lie.
You know what? You know what's really trippy? All the giants lead back to Israel, Canaan, like the Amalekites and all the ites over there. Like when, remember in one of the stories it said Joshua and 2 men went across there after wandering around 40 years in the desert after escaping Egypt, and God promised the promised land. And they went over there, and they were like, they came back after 10 days, and they're like, we're not going, 2 of them said, we're not going over there because we're like grasshoppers to these things, okay? And then a lot of people, when they, like if I talk about God, they bring this up and say, well, I can't believe in a God or respect a God that says kill everything. Kill the women, kill the animals, and don't take anything, right? It's like genocide or something like that. Well, what do you think they were killing? You know? So they were, and God commanded them to kill all of them. So they were on the hunt. David killed the last giants, and that was Goliath and his brothers. Okay, David and Goliath, right? He picked up 5 stones, okay? And he only used 1, and he killed Goliath. You know why he had 5 stones? Because he had 4 brothers that were huge. They wound up killing them. Now, the theory is that these giants, when they realized that God was on these guys' side and they were taking them out and killing them, they took off, and that's when they got over in South America and started building all those big megalithic cities and stuff. Man, I can't remember his name. That we interviewed him, and he's
Brian Forster.
Yeah, Brian Forster. And that's where they're finding giants too, right? Giant skulls and giant everything, and those giants are those bones and everything are being spirited away and hidden also. Right. I mean, used to be you could see them like in the time frame of this, you could see them, but now you can't. And then these giants like came over here, right? So, I mean, that's interesting. When you guys, I encourage everyone to dig into this, and there is a lot of stuff on this, and our government has been hiding it like crazy. And I want to know. One of my big questions is why is that so harmful to us or them or whatever that they have to hide it? Why? I mean, does it change our paradigm? Does it change our religion? What does it change? I mean, what does it do? Why do they have to hide it?
You know, I was, for the past couple this weekend, they were replaying Jupiter Ascending on the Sci-Fi Channel. Okay. And when Jupiter, the female, the lead actress, was asking what's his name, her protector, why don't you just tell everybody? Is it because they wouldn't? It's they're not ready, for one thing.
Right.
They just could not handle the truth. It would change our lives, people's lives forever. People would freak. People would freak. The people who would not freak are the people who watch this type of show, who watch Ancient Aliens, who watch UFOs, all those type of shows people watch. It's like you guys have all been conditioned.
Right.
Because now, you know, we talk about this all the time here. So what happens if tomorrow the government says, oh, we're going to be, Trump decide to say, I'm making a major announcement that
Hold my beer. No.
there are aliens and they're 10 feet tall and we've been working with them underground and they're here right now. I would say, I knew it. But there would be other people out there who are the families, the type of people who don't believe in this, who are God-fearing people, would totally freak out because I think they would say, well, wait a minute, if there are aliens, you know, eventually it's going to come out that maybe the aliens are our ancestors. You know, the government would try to feed us bull crap.
Well, I know that in some of my research that what's coming out, what the government's letting out right now, hints, is that they created us.
Right.
Okay. They didn't create us. You know, but only they're going to be our big saviors. That this is going to be the big lie that comes in, and everybody better learn this stuff, because when it hits, it's going to be really hard to
distinguish from what's right and wrong.
Yeah,
you know,
the people like what you just said, the ones that watch everything, it's going to be easier for them to distinguish it.
Right, they're going to go, no, don't.
Because they're in the know.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And that's why there are. And that's what scares me about going to network television if we sign a major contract, is because they're the ones who are going to say, you can put that, and that, but no, you can't tell them about that and that.
Right.
And then we're going to say, but that is the whole story. That is the truth. And they're going to say, sorry, no. And there's nothing we can do about it. Right now on the CW, there is the contract that we have is basically saying, give us 26 and you can say whatever you want, you know? And that's why I think it would be appropriate for us to go like towards Netflix, Amazon, because we will be able to say whatever we want to say.
At least we think we can.
Well, if the contract will say, let us tell our story. Let us give the evidence. Do not block us from allowing us to do that. You know,
that would be perfect.
That is the whole idea. And you know, Netflix has billions of dollars, so they can give us a great budget and we'll be fine. It's just fortunate for all you guys. You guys would have to subscribe to Netflix. Big frickin' deal. Now, a lot of you guys already are there.
Already are, yeah.
Right?
Me
So,
too.
You know, so there you go. All right, let's continue. Now, what I have on the screen right now, you know, you guys on Facebook can't see it.
You know what's amazing? What we're talking about relates to something that you came up with a long time ago, and at first I had a hard time believing it. But only the more I checked into it, the more I found they're telling us in the movies.
Oh, yeah.
And TV shows and stuff like that. And I'm not just talking about recent movies. I mean, if you go back, like I've been watching over-the-air TV, okay, and movies and stuff, and, you know, watched all this stuff when I was a kid and stuff, but I never made the connection. But they've been telling us. There's a lot of stuff in old movies that is really pertinent to what we're talking about right now.
Yeah, I agree.
And they've been telling us. They absolutely been telling us.
Yep. For example, again, I'm going to say the name of the movie, Jupiter Ascending.
Yeah.
I was looking at the actual movie itself, the way it was filmed, the special effects. This movie must have cost an arm and a leg and 3 legs and a body and a foot and a foot. You know what I'm saying? We're talking major dollars to film Jupiter Ascending, as in The Fifth Element. You know, these movies to me are like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and with The Wizard of Oz. You know how those 3 movies came out, and those were the 3 that were just high quality. Everything was so beautiful in these movies. The movies that I'm talking about now, The Fifth Element, Jupiter Ascending, you know, they were not promoted well at all.
Right.
They were thrown onto the movie screens and then right away taken off and put onto DVD. It's like, why would they spend
billions?
We're talking millions and millions of dollars to film these great movies, and filmed just beautifully, and not promote them, but just put them out there really quick and put them on DVD, and boom, boom. That was it. When you hear about movies like this, I suggest to pay attention to these movies and look into them into detail. I mean, buy the movie or watch the movie over and over and over again, and I guarantee you will catch things that you'll go, oh, crap. You know, the stuff that we talk about here, the stuff that you hear about on other channels and other shows that have to do with paranormal. Trust me, there are signs there. There are hints. You just have to clear your brain.
So it says they had a budget of $176 million.
For what? For Jupiter Ascending? Holy
and
crap.
then worldwide, They made a total of 183.9 million.
Okay. Does that make any sense to you guys right there?
I mean, that's a lot of money.
$170 million.
They barely made any money.
Yes.
But only they're putting a message, right? It's all about the message.
That's all about the message. And you know, do me a favor, whoever put that out, awesome. Go and
Ramble One.
Ramble One. Go see what The Fifth Element did on release and how much it cost to produce that movie. That's very interesting. This is
what's cool about it.
That's very interesting. And thank you for
if we were doing a TV thing, we wouldn't know that right now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
that is
cool.
$170 million is a lot of freaking money, you guys. They had to come up. Some investors had to put up that money to film
it, yeah.
Because there were some high power actors in that movie. All right. So good to know on that one. Okay, so now
like those actors all alone make $10 million right off the gate.
Yeah,
they won't even show up. You know?
And it's like they also get residuals and all that kind of stuff. So, all right. So now what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you some newspaper clippings on the live stream side. You know, I've been doing this again since 2007, and I've had the opportunity for people to come up and call me on my 24-hour hotline and talk to me in person about witnessing large birds in the Central Valley.
Cutting out, or is it you guys cutting out?
On Facebook or on live stream?
On live stream. Are we cutting out?
Doesn't look like it.
Or is it just one person?
It might be one person.
Because sometimes your guys' internet will do it, or your wireless, and it isn't us.
It's not us. So, you know, we get a lot of calls. Are used to it anyways, about large flying birds in Fresno.
Somebody just messaged me about that. They seen a gargoyle in Fresno.
A gargoyle.
Yeah, I mean it was a while back when they were a kid, but they saw a gargoyle at Academy and I think Shaw or something like that. They lived out in the country. It was like in the early 70s, and they saw what they said was a gargoyle. And then they ran in the house, and they told their mom, and their mom believed them because she saw a shadow as she was washing the dishes or something, and it like took out the sun for a second, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Oh, yeah.
These birds...
Cool, thank you.
Large birds that people have been witnessing seem to have the same characteristics of a pterodactyl. All right? Now you're probably going, come on, Jeff. Pterodactyl. Really, those things don't exist. They existed back BC. We're talking dinosaur time.
Here we go for the
hold
your thought for a second.
Fifth Element. Go.
In the U.S., it earned $17 million on its opening weekend. It went on to become a box office success, grossing over $263 million.
The Fifth Element.
Yeah.
Okay.
Almost 3 times its budget of $90 million.
Okay. Well, see, that one did well.
I think it was in the theaters longer too.
Could be. See, I don't even remember, to be honest. That Fifth Element, I don't remember when it came out in the theaters.
It was a good movie.
I watch it. I bought the movie. I have it. I watch it whenever it comes out on TV, and when it's on the TV, my wife goes, "No, change it," because I watch it all the time. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
You know, she hates seeing the same movie over and over and over again. Yes, Diane, I'm talking about you.
Yeah, and I remember when it happened here.
So, okay, so. Back to flying birds. Pterodactyls.
Yeah.
Pterodactyls, you guys.
Dinosaurs. Not supposed to be here.
Yeah, are people mistakenly identifying large blackbirds, large crows, these cranes that we see near the canals? But those are not the colors. Those are not the... You know, when people describe the birds that they are witnessing, we're talking wingspan of over 10 feet, 12 feet, 15 feet. They recognize the wings as being leather, black. Long beaks, the head, and they go, dude, and when they would tell me, Jeff, he goes, it reminded me of a pterodactyl. All right. And these witnesses that were reporting these birds were like between Selma and Fresno, like right around McCall Avenue. But for some reason, the city of Selma came up a lot. Now, somebody sent me over a couple of newspaper clippings. I can't remember if it was John Rhodes or it was somebody else. But let me show you this. Are you ready for this? For those who are watching live stream, I've shown these before, but you know, I have to show them to you again.
The guys on Facebook Live can't see it.
No, they can't, unfortunately.
I wonder if we could put it on. No,
it's too late. I can't. No, I can't.
But we'll still talk about it.
But I'm just talking about these things, okay, guys? If you want, you can always go back to live stream and watch the show and look at the newspaper clippings. That's all they are, is newspaper clippings. But they're legit. This is the real deal, all right? This is from the Los Angeles Herald, Wednesday morning, August the 5th, 1891. Okay, let me go.
All of them in the 1890s. Huh?
Well, it was back then when they were allowed.
They first had printing presses.
Yeah. Now, check this out. They actually had, look, pterodactyls sporting, gunning for dragons near Fresno. Monstrosities, which are half alligator, half birds. The wild, weird story of Fresno newspaper. And if you read this, it actually has where, I think, let's see, was it here? It was Selma. Let me go to the next, hold on. Let me go to the next one here real quick. I'm getting excited, guys, because this is, like, come on. You're actually talking about pterodactyls. But anyways, the Los Angeles Herald, there were people out in L.A. that brought you to Selma to go hunt pterodactyls. Like you would go to Africa to hunt lions and tigers. This is what you would do. You would come in the 1800s to Fresno, California to hunt, to shoot pterodactyls. What? Are you effing kidding me? This is legit, guys. So, by showing you these newspaper clippings from a real newspaper, we're talking now the Los Angeles Times, which was back then the Los Angeles Herald, which you can actually, you know, you would pay them to take you to Selma, California to go shoot pterodactyls. Now, we're talking in the 20th century now where, I'm not 20th century, but in 2015, 2016, I had 2014, 2010, I had people calling me, dude, I saw a pterodactyl on McCall Avenue the other day. I know Ken Gentry, you know, he's actually seen them in the foothills as well. There are pterodactyl. Okay, should I do this? Oh God, I'm gonna do this. I don't even have. Should I show it? Look.
Sure, why not?
Okay, here we go. I'm sorry for those who are not on Facebook, but this is going to be on live stream, just on live stream. So you're going to have to go to live stream and check a look at it. Okay. I need to put Paranormal Central on because somebody's going to steal it, and I can't because it's up there.
Oh, I see what.
Somebody can steal it.
Yeah, you could.
Me. What?
You could. You could open it up and put it in Paint and put something on it. You know, text. You could do that right now. If you want.
I don't know how to do it.
Just right-click on that picture.
Right-click on this picture.
Mm-hmm. Open with.
Open with. Hit it?
Yeah. Paint.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then put the text box.
Over the text box at. Hold on, guys. I'm going to do something for you guys. Stand by. I have to show you this.
It should be there somewhere where it says the A. See the A? There's a pencil and an eraser, and there's an A.
Okay.
Okay. Text, and now make a square in there where you want the word to be at. Not on that. Not on that. Okay, go up at the top. Oh, you could move it. There you go.
Right there?
Yeah. And then put like red color.
But they can. Okay. Let's do that.
and then you should be able to type in there. And you can make the letters big or large, you know, just like you do on your other thing.
Okay. Can I bring that down here?
If you can move it, yep. There you go. And now save as. Go to File. Save as. And you want to put a different name or it'll change the whole picture.
Yeah.
And wait, change that from a PNG. Don't have PNG. Change it to JPEG. Okay, there you go.
All right.
And now it should be on the desktop somewhere. That's because you
Yeah. So let me just find it now real quick. Is that it right there? There it is.
Yep. There you go.
Okay. Isaac, I'm going to show him your picture. Okay, this is from Isaac. This was, Alan and myself went to Isaac Gonzalez had a camping trip they do every year with his dad and some cousins up in Shaver.
Yeah.
Shaver. And we were
No,
there.
it was Shaver. It was Shaver.
It was Shaver. And we were there with him, and he was telling us about one of his cousins who was on Belmont Avenue and Maple at a friend's, I think a liquor store across the way, at a friend's car dealership. That's where he was. And he was outside waiting for his friend to get there, and he noticed this large bird flying in the sky on the other side of Belmont. And he says, and he didn't know what it was, so he brought out his cell phone and he took a couple of pictures of this thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show that to you on live stream right now. Okay, guys? Unfortunately, on Facebook, I can't because there's no way of doing it. It's on live stream, so if you want to see it, you have to go back and see it. I've actually been holding back and not showing you this because I wanted to.
It's been like months, too.
No, dude, it was last year.
Yeah.
No, it was
Yeah.
last freaking.
I know it's been a while.
We're talking last year. And I wanted to use this for TV, but I'm going to go ahead and show it to you guys right now anyways. So I told Isaac I want to see it. So he got a hold of his cousin and he sent him the picture, and here it is. Here it is, guys. I'm going to show it to you on live stream.
It says, Jeff, contact Jonathan Whitcomb
Okay. Why?
for more information on these sightings.
What sighting?
I don't know.
Okay.
I barely caught it.
Boom. There it is, guys. Okay. So what you're witnessing right now is what I believe is to be the real deal. Okay. Now, as an investigator, it is up to me to try to debunk this. So if you would go to the exact location where this photograph was taken, you try to estimate the distance from that bird to where the guy's taking a photograph. Where this location is located is the poorest part of Fresno. There's no high quality homes there, high quality businesses. It's not very, it's very poor neighborhood. Okay? So you have to take that into consideration. So you think, okay, right away, it's a kite, or it's a remote control device of some type, a toy. Okay, so let's go back to the kite first. The kite, if someone were to be flying this kite, and if you would go right underneath where this thing is supposedly flying on the other side of the car dealership, there's not a park there. There's no, there's a street, but there's like old shops, car shops.
Okay, let's do this really quick.
Okay.
And I never told you anything. I never told Isaiah anything
about zooming in to see if it pixelated.
No.
Oh.
I mean, when I looked at the picture, okay, first of all, you know it's past the car lot.
Right.
Okay. It's beyond the car lot.
Right.
All right. In the foreground, we could say, is some cars lined up on the road. All right. Look at the size of the car.
Okay.
The length. and everything.
Okay.
Okay, now look at the size of the bird that's past the car lot. Now, anything past or, past it is going to be smaller than what's in the foreground, okay?
Okay.
So compare what you see right there.
So that thing is big.
It's huge. Okay, and it's not a kite, and there's nothing RC controlled that big.
Okay.
Okay, that's bigger than a car.
Right.
Why, the wingspan is larger than a car.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I never said that to anybody. That's how come I knew it wasn't fake. As soon as
I'm
I
looking
saw
at that now, and now it makes sense. Now,
Yeah.
so a kite, there is no place to fly a kite on the other side of that car dealership. And like you're saying, that Jeep Cherokee that I see right below it is pretty much the same size as that bird. But that bird, but that pterodactyl, and I'm calling it a pterodactyl, is further outward, maybe another block and a half past. So this thing is big. Now, so I said to myself, nobody would be flying a kite in this location. If that was a kite and it was mine and it was a very expensive kite, I would be at a large play area like a park if I were to fly that thing. Now, so let's go and so I'm saying it's not a kite. Is it a remote control bird, pterodactyl, a toy? So I went on the internet and I searched high and low for a pterodactyl remote control toy.
They're only little like this.
They're not
maybe
very
3 feet at the most.
Yes, and they are not realistic looking.
Right.
Okay, they have gears on them. They have if you look at them, they're not realistic enough to look like this.
I could guarantee you there's nobody with one that's radio controlled that big unless they're making a movie and it costs a lot of money.
Okay.
And they would not have it right here.
Exactly. The place where this photograph was taken, there is no place. If this was a remote control, high dollar prop from Hollywood, they would not be flying it here. This is something that if a person had money, they need to be at River Park, flying it out at Bullard High School, Clovis West, you know what I'm saying? Of Woodward Park, for example, out there flying it to Woodward Park. Because they need a place to land this thing.
Yeah, plus if it crashed, it would crash in somebody's backyard or something like that, and the dog would eat it.
Right. Now, people are freaking out on Facebook. I can't show it on Facebook because there's no way of showing it on Facebook. You have to go to live stream.
Go over to live stream then.
You have to go to live stream to actually see the picture that I'm showing you right now. So, now, could it very well be that this was superimposed onto the picture? At this point in time, Isaac, is our friend. I don't know. The guy seemed. I talked to the guy in person. He seems. He's
a cool guy.
It seems to be. Yeah. So I don't know. At this point,
that guy sends us stuff all the time. Like sends us stuff.
Right.
Not pictures, but I mean stuff.
Right.
Like mugs and all kinds of stuff. And if we just say we need something, all of a sudden it's in the mail.
Right.
And this guy's knocked down great.
Okay. So, taking all that into consideration, the location where this picture was taken, the size of it, not a kite. Again, if this was my toy and I built this toy would probably cost me $5,000 or more.
I mean, look at the size.
Okay.
I mean, even the building, okay? See the building that's behind the cars? All right.
Right.
I mean, like, it's wider than the roof.
Now, I put the Paranormal Central on there, guys, because I know people are going to try to steal this and go, you can go ahead and do it, whatever. But I've got the original picture, so it doesn't matter. But, again, taking all of the facts that I just gave you, the location, it's like for example, when we did the episode of the imprints of the Bigfoot on my car window.
Yeah.
And Hillary was interviewing Mickey Burrow. Hillary was telling him, well, couldn't have somebody easily gone up there and tried to pull a fast one on Jeff and the crew. But then Mickey said, well, wait a minute. Nobody knew Jeff and them were up there that weekend. And you could not get in there because the roads were messed up. It's not like they were up there and they notified the United States that they were hunting for or looking for Bigfoot. Okay, so you have to take a lot of that, the circumstances into consideration before you jump on it. Because if you see this photograph, you're going to say it's a kite. But then you have to step back and say, well, wait a minute. Let's think about that for a second.
Okay, now, and part of the story, like they're asking, was there any other sightings?
Well,
yes. Remember, he was talking about that there was an actual building. It was like a lumber company or something like that. Had a big old shed, and that's where they think it was living.
Okay,
things
now,
are happening around there.
Now, I did some investigating.
Cool.
Where this thing was taken, to the left of this picture, there is Maple Avenue. See where that freeway is back there? Overpass? There was an old, it was about the size of a block, old sheds in there. They had old sheds in there.
Like warehouses.
Warehouses where they used to store
but only
stuff.
It didn't have walls on it. It was just a big old giant
cover.
Yeah.
So anything,
open,
so you could fly, anything could fly underneath and then land in there and just stand there. Now,
and it was abandoned for a long time.
the picture that he sent me had the date on there.
Right.
I was able to get that date, and I was able to go back and investigate a large fire that happened at that facility where those old shit, coverings, you know what I'm saying? That happened right around the same time, that fire and this picture was taken.
Whoa.
So what if our government knew
and they burned
they burned it down and killed that inside the fire? Because let's say there was people going missing, because there's a lot of poor people, a lot of hobos, and not hobos,
street people
who live there.
They live under the underpasses and stuff.
Right. What if this thing was eating them?
Could have been.
And they had to get rid of this, and so they set this thing on fire with this pterodactyl in it.
Dude.
I have a picture. I have a picture of the fire and all that. I saved it someplace. I will have to bring it and show it to you. But again, as an investigator, I'm thinking about all of this. I'm trying to solve it. Is this fake? Is this real? Is it a remote control airplane? A remote control pterodactyl? No. You guys go and Google. Go to Amazon and pull up remote control pterodactyl. You will laugh to see the quality that they make these things, and they're not just like $300, but they're stupid small.
What date was it?
I'll have to go back and look.
Was it like 80s?
No, no. We're talking 2000s, just recent.
Okay, 2000. Okay,
no. We're talking probably within the past 7 years.
What the deal is like, if it was a cell phone, things would be a little bit distorted or something like that, not like a camera. But like if it was 2000, the cameras weren't all that great on a cell phone.
Well, I will have to.
But look at how you could zoom in and it's not pixelated. So that was a really good camera. That was a camera. Okay.
Now
there's no pixels.
Wouldn't it be like a square around it, and if it was like superimposed on there or something?
But what I'm saying is, like, if it was a cell phone camera from 2000. It would be like
no. When I'm saying 2000, we're talking. Oh, I see what you're saying. No, but we're talking like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. This picture was taken.
Right, but the cameras on the cell phones weren't that great.
But now they are. Now they are. They're in HD.
Yeah. Right, but I mean only in the last couple of years. Right. 4 years.
I mean, look at you guys on the Facebook. That video that I'm shooting right now that you're getting. I'm shooting it with my iPhone 5.
Right, yeah.
That's what you guys are watching right now on Facebook. So, look at the picture right now. I mean, you can actually see the freaking. You know how the pterodactyl has their little arms on the front like this? You can see the one right there. See it?
See, like, that's as far as you could zoom in?
Yeah, that's as far as I can zoom in.
Okay, now you guys, when go take a picture with your phone of a light or something big. And then zoom in on it. And when you get zoomed in, it'll be all blurry. You can't hardly make it out. You have to back out to look at it, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, that's on a good cell phone today, even a really good cell phone with like a 8 megapixel camera on it or something.
Okay. Now, Ivan
I
Ramos.
think it looks more like film to me.
Ivan Ramos said, I wonder if you go look how many people went missing in the time. Well, the problem is
they wouldn't report. They wouldn't put that.
Yeah, we're
information.
talking the homeless people around this area. There's a lot of homeless people. When somebody goes missing, no one's going to report on them because they're homeless. They have no families. They disappeared. They're gone. All right. So there you go. I've been holding back on that photograph for a while now. But next week I will go look at the fire and show you all of that, because I remember that fire. I actually drove by when that thing was on fire, but it's starting to all make sense a little bit.
I mean, even when you zoom in, the telephone lines. How wide are telephone lines? Okay, like when you do how wide?
Oh, they're not very wide. They're not very wide, actually.
Okay, but that's in the foreground too.
Let me go back to the bird.
And when you zoom in, that you can see the telephone lines in there.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Oh shit. Excuse my language. I see what you're saying, because
see what I mean? That's good 5 or 6 feet,
no,
right?
more than that.
More than that?
They're about, well, that's down Belmont Avenue. So the lines have to be large.
Yeah, big ones.
So you're
big.
talking maybe about 8 feet.
Yeah. Okay, and that's past that.
Right.
And then we're looking at it at a weird angle, so,
Okay, now you're probably, if you're looking at this and you're seeing the distortion around the bird itself,
because it's moving.
well, look at the distortion around the telephone pole.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Look at the distortion around here, around the lamp.
So it matches the picture
So it
of the
matches
bird.
the picture of the bird.
Yeah, it does.
Holy shit!
Dude, it's authentic.
I just really thought of that. Look, let me go scroll in even more.
This is the first time we really looked at it zoomed out.
Okay,
like
look at the
this.
distortion of this lamp here.
Yeah.
And this is across the street.
Mhm.
Look at the distortion of the pole. Look at the distortion of the actual.
And that thing's pretty far over
So
there.
if it was superimposed on there, there would be no distortion.
Well, it wouldn't have the same distortion as what we're seeing.
Holy crap, dude.
Plus, it's moving. All
Plus, it
those
is
things
moving.
are sitting still.
Right.
So it was a pretty good camera, too, whatever they had.
Do you see the distortion around the trees, around the telephone pole, around this lamp, guys, and then around the bird itself? Or the pterodactyl. I'm calling it a pterodactyl. I see a pterodactyl there. Boom. Wow. How about the cars? No, because it's further back. All right, now check this out. The telephone pole way back here has more distortion on it as far if it goes farther back. I just noticed that. You see that? See this pole right here?
Yeah.
See the distortion around it?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I see that.
So maybe
That might be from the movement of the person holding the camera.
well, I'm thinking if that's the case, then maybe the bird is halfway from that pole to here. Halfway.
Oh, you mean like closer?
Like closer than, yeah. Cause
Like
that
over the
that,
lot?
That, oh, no, it's definitely past the lot.
Right.
That pole right there is near the freeway. Oh, I'm halfway, though. Maybe I'll have to go back there and check. But there you go. Okay.
They said they saw it actually go down.
Yeah,
behind.
he actually saw it go down. God, look at how cool that picture is.
Yeah, it's absolutely nice.
That's crazy. Okay.
And just imagine what everybody's seeing on that pterodactyl if you put it on a really big screen like we're looking at.
Right.
Wow. I mean, what size is that screen we got right here? What, a 45-inch or?
No, 38, 36,
30?
38. Yeah.
So we're seeing it pretty good.
So, wow, 7:45. Are you kidding me? You got 15 minutes left.
Oh, wow. Yeah, but when the topics are good, it always
goes back.
know.
Okay.
When you're having fun.
Right. Let's talk about, okay. So there you go. Go back and research. Go to John Rhodes' Facebook wall and scroll and look at all these. Go follow him, because I think he can't accept any more friends. But go follow him on Facebook, John Rhodes. His last name is Rhodes, like Rhodes keyboard. And John, he's a famous reptilian investigator hunter. He goes by Hunter, I think. He actually hunts these things. Always tries to. I'm pretty sure he hasn't killed one yet. But
there might be more pictures of it, but that's the only one that he was given.
Right.
So I mean, and it's a good one, but only there might be more.
It's a tech on the pole. No. Okay, so now Jonathan Barfield said at least 4 feet. Now it's got to be longer than that, dude.
Well, I mean, look at the car. How long is a car? 10 feet?
12
feet?
Yeah.
And that's every bit that car and more.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so let's continue on with show and tell for Facebook as well. All right. Now, when
it would also be really pixelated. If we took a picture with the iPhone 6 or 7, and then even with it on high, good settings, HD settings, 1080p or whatever, and you zoom in it, you would see squares. I am actually thinking it's more film because...
Well, he used, I think, a Samsung a cell phone.
Right, but only when you use a digital anything, when you zoom in on the digital pictures, you can see the pixels. Okay. Always.
Okay.
But when it's film, there's no pixels in a filmed camera, so you're zooming in really tight on that bird, and it's not pixelating out. You know what I mean? It's staying the same as when you zoom in. So I mean, I think it's film, but I could be wrong, but it's just my experience.
But he said it was on a cell phone.
Oh, it was.
He took a picture with the cell phone.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Man, he had a damn good phone.
It was a Samsung high-quality type of phone. That's what he used. So
trippy. So then the depth of field would be different on a cell phone that's more flatter, I guess you would say. I don't know.
But there you
go.
Still
a good one.
So I showed it to you guys. There you go. Okay, now, we're almost done. God, I can't
we'll
get 12 minutes.
Really send it to an expert.
Well,
like
yeah.
Mickey.
I actually sent it to Mickey, and he never responded back.
Really?
Yeah, like he didn't want to touch it for some reason because
maybe it's because it's not the original.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, he wanted me to send him the original because he wanted to read the markings on it.
Right.
And so there you go. So all right, let's continue on with show and tell a little bit. Again, Fresno, California, central part of California. A lot of crazy stuff. You guys all know the story of the night crawlers. Well, that is going to be hopefully one of the episodes we're going to shoot for TV for the CW. And the ruins, which we call the ancient ruins. Long story. Oh, my gosh. I don't even know where to start on that, but I don't want to get into it because... When we investigated, when we went to the ancient ruins of Fresno, we saw some statuettes that were there near this house that was brought to my attention by Jimmy, Alan's brother, who was with us at the time.
I thought I saw that in here.
It's right here.
Oh, okay.
And it kind of blew us away because it reminded us of the night crawlers. You're probably going, what the hell are you talking about? Well, for those who want to go to YouTube after the show and pull up Night Crawlers of Fresno, there are several videos. There's one from Yosemite. I say that's a fake.
It's fake.
It's with some kids on stilts walking with sheets down a hill.
And it wasn't even in Yosemite from what I heard.
Yeah, that's fake. So just totally disregard that video. But watch the video of the two miniature creatures, walkers, whatever you want to call them. They're called night crawlers, walking in front of this person's front yard. Well, anyways, when we went to this house at the location of these ruins, we saw a bunch of statues.
You know what's cool is I just got a story maybe like a week ago of somebody telling me they saw one of these. I think they said it was around Oakhurst, and it was like 12 feet tall, and they saw it walking in the night, and it scared them really bad. Crossed the road in front of them.
Well, there you go. I've heard very tall ones. This one here caught our attention because of what you're looking at right now. Okay, so what is this, Jeff? Well, it's a statue. There is a very world-famous sculpture here in Fresno that resides in Fresno that was pretty much put himself on the map from Fresno. His name is Stan Bitters. Stanbitters. He is world famous. He makes sculptures for very famous people around the world, movie stars, as a matter of fact. It so happens that his friend who lives on this hill where these ruins are stores a lot of his stuff there because he can. And it so happens that we witnessed a lot of these that were there.
Yeah.
Now, if you go to his book, which I have, and he actually has them. I purchased his book. I found where his location is. It's actually right around McKinley and Chestnut is where I found out where it's at. So I went to his place where he builds these things, his sculptures and whatever. And I bought a book from him, and he has these things in his book. All right. If you notice the small feet, the small head, the long legs, and large feet. All right. And let me show you another picture. And I asked him. I went there and I said, I want to purchase one of your books, and not cheap. This book is $75. And he autographed it for me. And I asked him, where did you get the idea from this? And he just looked at me and smirked. Now, you're probably
Maybe
going...
he saw one.
Well, yeah, well, he had to get the idea from someplace, right? Was he at the locations with the ruins and he actually saw these things and he decided to go, I think I'm going to make some of those and sell them.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying? That's where I think that all happened. Anyway, so we became good friends with the what we call the gatekeeper.
Yeah, we won't give away his name.
We need to go see him.
Yes, we do.
And I told him about this, and he knew I was really interested. And so I went back one time. I don't think it was with you. Was it with you? Was it? Okay.
Yeah, I remember when he gave it to you.
Okay.
I mean, gave it to you.
So this one here had a crack in it, and he gave it to me.
Yep.
And I said, holy smackaroos, really.
Yeah.
And I went on the internet, and you can go to Stan Bitters, has a webpage. You know how much this thing cost? $6,000. Dope. $6,000 for this thing right here.
Wow.
And he gave it to me, and because it was cracked.
Yeah.
But
so then it was a half price deal.
Yeah, free. And I went, "What? Are you kidding me?" And I was overwhelmed with gratitude. But the question is, why did he give it to me?
It's heavy. We could move it closer to the camera. You guys can't see it. I'm sure I can see it in mine really good here.
Okay. Yeah. Very heavy. It's molten metal. It's not like it's wood or anything. It's molten metal, I guess, and that's what it is. But Stan Bitters didn't give me this. It was his friend who has all this on the side of his house gave it to me. Maybe he wanted me to shut up, keep a low profile.
He was buying you off.
Buying me off. Well, it sure did work because I pretty much kept quiet about the location and all that. Because he asked us to.
Yeah, he did.
He did. I had the video up on YouTube, and it got like over 70,000 hits in no time, and he said, please take it off now. And I said, okay. Because I didn't have permission to do that. I actually filmed it without his permission. So...
he could have arrested us.
So... what would be the purpose of a world-famous sculptor doing this? And the feet are large, long legs, just like the night crawlers of Fresno. This is what it reminds me of, even the very large ones. Yeah, so you have to just step back a little bit and say, coincidence? I think not. And I'm going to take this off my desk because this fucker is heavy.
It's heavy. It really is heavy.
It probably weighs
probably like 40 pounds.
40 pounds. Yeah, exactly.
40 or 45 pounds.
Yeah, exactly. We're making all the connections here in Fresno. And we're trying to piece what's going on, what's happening here. We're trying to piece all this together. A lot of it's making sense to us. And it's not because I'm in front of the computer and I'm in front of this desk or in back of this desk and this is all we do. You know, for years and years, we go out. We investigate. We talk to people. We climb hills. We climb mountains. We go to where nobody else goes, where we get reports, and we try to get stuff on video and try to bring you the evidence. That's what we do here. We're not just talk show hosts per se. The last thing we are. The reason why I started this...
we just share the evidence, the things we find.
The reason why I started this, guys, is to share all of the stuff that I find for you guys. Okay? And this is what we're getting. I mean, the stuff that I'm showing you guys is the real effing deal. I mean, this stuff is awesome.
And there's a lot more.
There's a lot more that we have that, you know, is like we're sort of kind of saving it because we want a bigger audience per se. But, you know, I think we're going to be the show that finally reveals real stuff. Like I have it in my heart to say that I think I'm going to get eventually the picture of all pictures or video of all videos of a Bigfoot, because now I have a production crew that's going to go with us, and I have a feeling, guys. I really do.
Just opened the road, so we're about to hit the road.
I have that feeling, guys, and it's going to put us on the map. I mean, we're on the map as it is already. I just got recognized again at DeChico's Pizza of all places. It was fucking funny. Excuse me, language. On Friday.
He's gonna get banned.
At Fridays, no. I went and it was funny because I just ordered food for the whole family. I was sitting on the bench drinking a soda, and the girl from the counter came up. She goes, "Excuse me." She goes, "Are you Jeffrey from that show, Paranormal Central?" And I said, "Yes." And she goes, turned around at the other blonde behind the counter. "I told you." And they're jumping out like little girls, but it was funny. So, but you know, people that's telling me people are watching the show on the TV, you know, and it's like that made me feel really good. All right, because we're talking a high quality establishment where they recognized me. Too bad I didn't get any free food, but it was awesome. It was an awesome feeling. And you know what? I'm going to keep doing this because I'm having a great time, and I'm going to keep doing it until I can't do it anymore. And again, we're trying to make this bigger and better for you guys. We're doing all this with no budget, no money. You imagine if we had a budget? You imagine the quality type of show that I could bring you with my production company? You imagine? I can. And I think it's going to happen very soon. Just give us some time. All I ask for you guys is keep watching. Tell your friends about us. Spread the word, because it's only going to get better. I mean, what else can I tell you? So,
yeah, it's so fun.
Yeah.
Like, this is fun, sharing everything.
Danny barely got home. He just wrap it up.
Cool.
He just joined. Yeah, Danny was on vacation again in San Diego for a week. He was with the wife.
6 more days and he goes on vacation again, I heard.
What a bum. So anyways, okay, guys. Hey, it's 8 o'clock. That's it for us. I know you guys say no, but we got families, we got lives on our end. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight. It went by awfully quick. It did, with no guest. I hope we kept your interest up. Thank you, and for Jeffrey and Alan, take care. See you next week. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Jeffrey Gonzalez and Alan Thomas, broadcasting worldwide at ParanormalCentral.net and on our. Stay tuned for next time. Remember to keep your eyes to the skies, and we hope you witness something you cannot explain.